There are 5 degree programs in Germany that will inevitably lead to 10,000 euros per month in salary. So as someone who is studying in Germany in one of these lucrative degree programs, I'm gonna explain the career opportunities and the path to getting a 5-figure salary. The path itself is actually very straightforward. So let's start off with the first degree that can get you to 10,000 euros per month. It's a business degree. In Germany, it's usually called BWL. With this degree, you will have a huge range of different careers that you can get into, and they often have above average salaries. Jobs related to money can make a lot of money. It's just the truth. Now, the business degree in Germany is considered one of the most basic degrees out there. It's a cliche that a lot of people who don't know what to study after graduating high school pursue a business degree because it sounds kind of safe, and why not, you know? Now, there are a lot of different types of business degrees out there with many specializations. Business courses are often interdisciplinary and combine business knowledge with industry-specific content. For example, they could focus on the insurance and banking sector, engineering, or healthcare. Dual studies is also possible in business administration. It usually takes 6 to 7 semesters to complete a bachelor's degree. And you can also go for a master's degree, but you don't necessarily have to. You can immediately enter the corporate life after your bachelor's degree and start earning money. But let's go into the professions that have a very high earning potential. A lot of people with a business degree get into consulting. Now, there are many different forms of consulting: healthcare, IT, management, and so on. After a couple of years working as a consultant in big companies like KPMG, Deloitte, and McKinsey, you will get to the 10,000 euros monthly salary pretty quickly. Big companies have a very clear career ladder, and usually the more experience you have, the more you will get paid. Especially management roles have 5-figure salaries attached to them, simply because they have way more responsibility and a high level of commitment. However, in a consultant job, you should be prepared to accept high pressure to perform and a lot of overtime. Now, if you get excellent grades in your business or finance degree and graduate from one of the excellence universities in Germany or from a very prestigious private business university, you can also go into investment banking. In this kind of job, the salaries get completely crazy, with the top people earning multiple millions a year. But of course, it's not easy, otherwise everyone would do it. Now, to make some things clear, there are some basic rules you should follow if you want to increase your chances of earning a monthly salary of 10,000 euros later on. First is the industry that you pick. Let me tell you, the wage differences in Germany are sometimes crazy. You can see this when comparing the different sectors. Every year, the people in the financial and insurance sector, IT and communication and energy sector earn the most money. Employees in the hospitality industry earn the least. So to get to 10,000 a month, you should ideally aim for very lucrative industries and choose the right degree to get into these industries. You're also more likely to get a good salary in a large company than in a small or medium-sized company. Being in a management role will boost your salary as well. Just to give you a perspective, only 1% of the top earners studied social science and politics, and 0.3% studied history or cultural studies. Business studies and economics, on the other hand, are good courses to reach the target. Studies show that a third of the top earners came from these fields. But of course, there are also other lucrative degrees. The next one I want to talk about is computer science and IT. Digitalization is progressing fast, and it seems like AI development is not slowing down. Germany isn't that strong when it comes to digitalization and IT, so they're doing everything right now to catch up. They need skilled IT people, so the demand is very high. With IT, you can essentially go into many different fields. Most of the sectors need IT: banks, healthcare, automotive, and so on. You don't necessarily have to work in tech companies to get paid well. To get into these industries, you can study different IT courses such as data science, applied computer science and artificial intelligence, media informatics, or business informatics. The field is very broad, as you can see. The standard period of study for computer science at most universities is 6 semesters to complete a bachelor's degree. A master's degree in computer science can be an advantage here because you get the extra specialization. Another option is to study computer science on a dual basis. I've made a video about dual studies. Check it out after watching this video. I myself study computer science and design, and I'm also very curious about the jobs I can work and the salaries I can earn. Now, especially the older generations in Germany don't like to talk about money, but the people with an IT background seem to be more chill about it, and I asked a bunch of older people from my network about their salaries. And the ones who were able to get to 10,000 euros a month were usually older than 27 and worked in data science, AI, and cybersecurity. I didn't know this before, but in Germany, apparently, when it comes to IT, middle-sized tech companies tend to pay better salaries than the huge multinational corporations. They also told me that if you're hyper-specialized in a specific niche and extremely skilled, you can get to 5 figures per month in a couple of years after graduating. That sounds like a pretty cool thing. I've made a detailed video about studying computer science in Germany, also check it out after watching this video. So for the next profession that will make you more than 10,000 euros per month, you don't go to university. You rather have to complete a 2-year vocational training to get there. I'm talking about pilots here. It makes sense, right? They get paid really well because they are responsible for the goods and the lives of many people that they transport from A to B. And I can imagine that the job is very stressful and demanding. Now, the path to becoming a pilot is known for not being easy. The most common way to become one is to directly train with an airline. Here you usually need a general higher education entrance qualification and a good knowledge of math, English and physics. In order to start training with an airline, you first have to pass a couple of recruitment tests. There are also options to study privately, but the requirements are similar and still very strict. The special thing about this profession is that you're not getting paid during your training period, and you need to pay for the education and all the flight licenses yourself. The airlines usually offer you financing models so that you don't have to pay this amount all at once, but only when you're earning good money as a pilot. Once you finish your education and become a pilot, you will most likely stay in the profession. So as you progress in your career and eventually climb up to the position of a captain, boom, you will earn 5 figures per month. Much respect for these guys. University education is definitely not the only path to getting a good salary, but in the end you at least need some kind of certification or degree. Without it, you're very unlikely to reach the goal, unless you are self-employed. 82% of top earners have some kind of degree. Well, of course, in any field you can earn a lot of money. There are sales guys and restaurant owners out there who make multiple millions per year. But to talk about the best paying career option in Germany, let's go back to university. Now, to make one thing clear, studying medicine will on average give you the best salary prospects. Doctors in Germany earn an average of around 120,000 euros a year. Here the range is also very wide, depending on the position and the field. Chief physicians are at the top of the salary comparison, with an average annual income of around 200,000 euros. Self-employed doctors with their own offices can earn much more than that. For example, I've recently met someone in radiology with his own office who earns close to 500k per year. That's absolutely insane. Now, to be able to study medicine at public universities in Germany, you need to have excellent grades in school or achieve a very good result in the medical test. It's one of the few degree programs in Germany where academic performance and grades are really important. Right now, there is a trend that more and more students are switching to private universities or universities abroad like Austria, because studying medicine is a little bit more chill there. To complete a degree, it usually takes at least 12 semesters, followed by a doctorate. And this means that as a doctor, you have excellent salary prospects, but the road to starting a career is long and you really need to love what you do to push through, or have strict Asian parents. Don't forget to enroll in the free Germany Starter Kit course in the video description, download the free Studying in Germany Guidebook, and join our huge Discord community. Love you and stay focused.